Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great week. Nathan Moldenhauer here with you again, one of the pastors at Shepherd of the Hills Lutheran Church in Oro Valley, Arizona. Do you do this? When you are walking through the grocery store and you come to the big refrigerators with the eggs and you grab a dozen or maybe a dozen and a half, do you do this? You've done it before. I know you have. You grab the dozen eggs, and the first thing you do is you check them over. You make sure you don't have any that are already broken or more than one, and if you do, you would put it back. You want to make sure that they are all whole, that they are all ready to go. You don't want to buy any bad, broken eggs. You might even do the same with your vegetables, right, or your produce. When you're in the grocery store, you check it over. You know, we're so careful with certain things like that. We want to make sure that we're alert, that we're aware of what is going on, that we check everything over. I'm not so sure I'm always that careful in my spiritual life. Right, I check the eggs every time I'm in the grocery store. I take a look at the produce. But am I what God calls me to be in 1 Peter? Am I alert and of sober mind because I have an enemy, the devil, who prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour? Am I that careful? Am I double checking what might be a temptation for me? Am I careful not to let my eyes go there? Or my feet take me to that place? Or my hands do that? Or my thought to wander there? Or my eyes to look down on someone? Or to keep me from turning my back on someone else? Am I careful? God calls us to be careful. He says, be alert and of sober mind. Because He knows the dangerous spiritual world in which we live. He knows the temptations that are around us. He knows the enemy that is after us. So how do we be alert? How do we double check our spiritual surroundings and make sure we're not stepping into the temptations that are so familiar to us? It's as God calls us to do in other places in the Bible. It's fixing our eyes on Jesus. It's keeping the main thing, keeping our eyes on Jesus and what He has done for us, and then what He calls us to do. He says, look what I have done for you, not so much as an example, but as a substitute. I have avoided all temptation. I have conquered Satan by dying on the cross and rising again. You are free. Better yet, you are forgiven. And now as you live your life of thanks, as you live your life of gratitude out of what I have done, double check. Not the eggs in the grocery store, but double check your surroundings. That you may continue to live a confident, a joyful life, knowing all that Jesus has done. Not being afraid of Satan, being aware of Satan, being aware of his power, but knowing that he has no power over you. Knowing that you have nothing to fear. Because you have a Savior, you have a King who defeated him. So next time you grab the eggs out of the refrigerator in the grocery store and you double check, let that be a reminder of you to double check your spiritual surroundings. To make sure your eyes, your thoughts, your hands, your feet aren't taking you into spiritual temptation. You have a Savior. You have a Savior who loves you. You have a Savior who conquered it all for you. You have a Savior who forgives you. God bless you, friends. Have a great rest of your week.